Um, one thing before I let you go, that I wanted to ask you, I was very curious about. I mean, number one, let me put some background in all this. So me and Rob met at a SOC. We were SOC analysts. Rob was more of an architect, so he was like a professional services for our main product, which at the time, which was McAfee, and I was just a regular SOC analyst. It was my first time doing SOC analyst work. My main background was a little bit of network engineering and then GRC stuff, like I do right now. So that's I should have probably set all that stuff up. But my last question for you is, what do you, if anything, what do you think is the impact of AI on our career field or on IT in general? Do you see any? What do you foresee in your
Man,
in all of this?
what a great question. What a great question. All right, so let's address the obvious first. Will AI take all of our jobs? I don't believe so. I think a lot of CEOs want to believe that because if they get fatter margins, they can pay themselves fatter bonuses. So I think you're going to see a lot of companies, like we saw this happen with Microsoft just like last week, I think, where
Yeah,
they laid off like
lately.
thousands of people.
Mm-hmm.
Intel did the same thing. And there may be places where AI is going to be a better fit. Like, I won't deny that. But I don't think it's just going to overtake the entire industry and replace humans. You just can't do that. We have intuition. We understand how, people feel, and AI can't do those things. So
Right.
you're still going to have a person make decisions. Now, having said that, I think I look at it as more of a tool. If you learn how to use this tool, you're far more likely to keep your role in your job and also grow. You're far more likely to be attractive to companies looking to fill a role because you have this superpower called AI. People who don't understand how to use AI effectively are likely going to be left behind. Those are the ones that would become undesirable because they don't know how to use AI effectively. So they can't do the same work as quickly as people who do use AI as a tool.
Right.
And I'm not talking about like coming up with homework assignments and like using AI to write it, although you could do that. I'm talking about like how to come up with solutions, how to ask the right questions, how to be more methodical in your approach to doing your workflow.
Right.
And like, coming to the SOC, one of the metrics is mean time to detect.
Mm-hmm.
So you could use AI to figure out, based on these tools that I have, here are the
Yep.
tactics I use, how can we be more proficient and reduce that mean time to detection? That's
Right.
a great conversation to have with an AI, service. So those are some examples on how I think. So one, I don't think AI is going to replace the entire industry. But two, I think if you don't use AI as a tool, it's likely to impact your career, and you'll probably, if you don't lose your job, you'll probably won't be able to grow in terms of compensation. You won't be as marketable.
There was a CEO who said, I don't know which one said this, but I think that it's true. Like, just like what you said, he said, it's not going to be AI that takes your job. It's going to be somebody who knows AI that takes your job.
Yes, it's a
And that
great
is,
quote.
yeah, yeah. I believe that to be true. Like, I don't think it's going away. I don't, I've never seen anything like it. So I think they'll integrate it into a lot of the tools we already use, such as if you use Splunk or whatever, they're going to integrate it into that. Like, it'll be in your regular workflow. I just don't think there's a way around it. And yeah, I mean, me personally, I've been using it as much as possible. Anywhere I'm allowed to use it, I'm using it.
Yeah.
So, Rob, that's it, man. I don't want to take any more of your time, man. If you at some point in the future, I want to talk deeper. I mean, I want to get like a whole bunch of questions from the people who watch me. I've got a lot of people who are either trying to get in this field or they're trying to level up in this field of cybersecurity in all aspects, by the way. And cloud, I've got a lot of people curious about cloud, and I'm not a cloud guy. I'm just recently getting into it. And that's why I originally reached out to you. And then there's a lot of people trying to get into cybersecurity or into SOC and analyst work or lots of different aspects. So it's a lot of real new people and some older folks that just want to hang out. So I would like to have you on at some point. I'll get on your schedule. We'll talk about it. And if you'd be okay with it, then absolutely, I want to have you back on.
Yeah, Bruce, I am thrilled that you thought of me for this opportunity. I would be more than happy to come back. If there's time, I think I saw a few questions pop up.
Okay, let's see. Let's see what we got here. Delmar says human in the loop. Yes, absolutely. Let me see here. It's a tool. He's talking about AI. AI, it's a tool that can be utilized to get the job done more efficiently or effectively. Yes, absolutely. How to utilize the SOPs better is another idea. Yeah. Writing SOPs, coming up with like a framework for SOPs is really good.
On that point, the other thing that I think is so important, because a lot of SOPs, you get a really smart nerd who's just, vomiting out what's in their head onto paper. And it's really hard to get to the point. Like if I'm reading someone else's work, I don't know what to do. AI is great at cleaning all that up.
Yes.
And, organizing it into a really digestible, manual. So yeah, Domar, I think using AI for SOPs is a fantastic idea. I think that's a great place to start.
Absolutely.